Because if I look at this fight here, for example, too, I feel like you also don't understand. Like, what's scary? Look here. Should I be clicking to my turret on this Warwick? Or should I be clicking upwards?
I could click upwards too. Fiddles, it's gonna die.
I should click upwards, always. You're clicking into your tower. This Warwick is full tank and uses ulti. It is safer to click. Seems like for the most part, like you have like games like this where maybe it's like relevant what you're saying, like you don't have impact, but seems like your mid is just depressed, so you can't win.
Yeah, but it's just like a common pattern I noticed. So OPGs aren't like they're good examples, but like
they
for
don't tell
example,
the
right?
full story, of course, but
No, yeah. So my point is like for NA0, right? Like before I went on a tilt streak and decayed, it was hovering around 500, 600 LP. So whenever like when you're around that LP, you randomly get placed into challenger games sometimes with pros sometimes. Obviously, like I know for a fact that skill level is out of my skill level. I know that for a fact, but I'm wondering sometimes why like I'm doing no damage. Actually, I have a fodder view for one. I would win lane. Like I would have another game I had what's his face? I don't know, but for example, let's say I have an LCS pro support and he wins lane for me. I have a lot of gold, but I always end up doing like the fourth most damage. And if this was once or twice, I could shake it off like, okay, maybe mid was doing well. But this is a very common pattern I've noticed whenever I get into like higher elo games.
okay. But then let's just watch your team fighting, no?
Yeah, so
if you simply think your
I'm
damage
assuming...
is the problem, right? Most relevant damage comes from team fights. Of course, there is other relevant damage, like if you're playing Jinx, right? And you have your Q maxed out, and you're starting to play on mid waves in mid to late game. If you chunk a guy to half HP, of course that's relevant damage as well. But it's not as relevant as the damage output you put on in a team fight, right? So
Yeah.
I mean, like, the thing with having like low damage is like kinda a meme too. But like you said, if it happens so often, then yeah, you should take it serious. But like, I have some games where I'm like 2k damage, 4k damage. Like I had this Garen game, probably my damage was like nothing. Yeah, my damage is very little. But it's like, why is that happening? Well, I'm playing side lane the whole game, you know? Like I'm level 16 with 10 saves per minute, right? I've been taking towers and pushing, and that's why my damage is low. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I agree
like,
with you.
Of course, you're in a different situation. You're playing ADC, but there are some games as ADC where simply you just can't deal damage because, let's say, enemy assassin or something is like flanking you, and you can't enter the fight because the moment you enter the fight, he will like go on you or something, and you're just having this stalemate, right?
Yep.
So you should just figure out why it is. Like you said, if it happens so often, then yeah, it's probably a problem. But it also doesn't have to be from teamfights. It could just be mid-game, you're not actually hitting people, even though you can. Like, if you're playing Jhin, for example, you often get RFC. You can easily chunk people and ego more. If you're playing Jinx, you can easily ego often. Maybe it's just in laning phase you don't trade enough. I'm not sure, but I would be down to just watch your team fights mainly and, like, watch fights and, like, how you click and how you play. Especially if you're going to be playing Jinx, it's really important to, like, kind of know when can I like go crazy, you know?
Yeah. Again, like on top of that, like so on top of the pattern that I noticed in a lot of the games, just Professor also has the stats to show as well. Every single one of my 80 carries are below average damage than like your typical like even below like diamonds, let's say. And this is over like hundreds of games. So they're clearly for me like I think there is a clear pattern. It's not just one or two games I'm talking about. So yeah, I just wanted to, I guess, like.
Well, it's good to have it confirmed or not. It doesn't necessarily have to be bad.
Exactly.
Like,
yeah, I want to confirm pretty much.
Yeah, because like even if it's true that yeah you have little damage, it might not be bad. It might just be that the other ADCs are just griefing, because that's the case too. You know, like yeah, there might be a player that has 3k more damage than you on average, but maybe he just has that damage because he's just griefing, right? If a guy does a bad fight, his damage will go up, right?
Yeah.
So You don't have to be a passive player just because your damage is low. So yeah, I mean, we should just watch. Like in this game, for example, you had the most damage in the game, which, of course, I mean, you have a useless Aphelios top lane, and you have an Azir that wasn't part of the game, so makes sense you had the highest. Game with Berserker Whippo, okay.
So, I'm not sure how many team fightings there are, but I suspect like
Berserker Oriana.
Yeah.
Did he perform?
Other part of the reason he did well. I feel like nowadays like NA Grandmaster Challenger got so inflated, so pros relatively do well in off roles.
I mean, Berserker's not that bad off role. He's pretty good at top lane, but Mage is like Berserker is not the best Mage player. But yeah,
makes sense. But yeah, I feel like maybe my rotations are also bad. That's my also suspicions. So I'm always late to a fight, and then it's just awkward. So yeah, I'm like doing okay,
let's see.
But I did like the fourth like.
Let's just watch from here, no? Let's just see, because here already the map is really awkward. Look where Smolder is. Look where Ramos is, right?
Yeah.
Do you have any vision?
I don't. Across the map.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
So right now, that's what I'm thinking in game. I feel like right now, if Ramos goes topside, they can dive us whenever they want. You know? So I'm scared. So if I'm you now, I'm thinking, how can we get back control? When can we play the game? Because you guys have no wards. So when they show on this wave here, you helping Melio is really good. You see, Melio is thinking the same thing. That you guys are gonna get dove. Right? But you're not retaking vision even though you could. Look. If they show on the wave, you can help Melio place wards, right? Melio has 4 wards. This is what you should be checking right now. Because your mid is winning. So Berserker should be able to get push and help you once Ramus can as well. And so your job is kind of just to stay alive until either 1, your team has a play on top side, or 2, your team gets back to bot side, right?
Yeah.
So you can't walk up to this wave, because if you do, easily you can get ganked. So you can't step up unless you think you can 2v3, but you can't 2v3 here with no flash, no ult, no Melio ult. It's not possible. So you guys should just go and ward the Tribush again. You also have Sweeper soon on Melio to remove this ward. And you can help Melio place wards, but you don't. See, you're going here. Why are you standing here? Why are you afraid of Tribush when Maokai is showing on the wave? Also, is it farming Maokai or farming Senna? Okay, it's farming Senna.
Yeah.
He has crown. Okay, because if it's farming Maokai, then even better to do what I'm saying, because he has to show on the wave, right? In this case, Maokai shouldn't show on the wave, but you should be ready to help Melio, and here Maokai is showing on the wave, helping Senna push. You should place wards. No?
Yeah.
Like, why are you standing here?
I think I don't know why. I thought it was just useless because they can re-clear it since they have a say.
But if they go and clear it, then you can clear the wave, and you get the information. How do they re-clear it? Look what they're doing. Look here. How do they re-clear it?
Like I thought, like afterwards they can push and then re-clear again, and then it'll just be like.
Yes, they can, but you will have vision then. You will see what's going on. You know?
Yeah.
Like you should just ward and then see what's happening, and giving the turret is fine. It's fine to give the turret. But then you and Melio shouldn't be here anymore. Then Berserker should go bot. If you want to give this tower, Berserker should just go bot and catch it safe. He has TP. You know?
Yeah.
If you're not going to defend his turret, you shouldn't be here. I'm telling you, if you want to defend the turret, the best thing is to set up wards and stuff like this. But it's true, if you place wards, they can sweep it and they can dive you again next wave, or even dive you as you're killing the wave. Sure, of course, they can Maokai ult this whole fucking thing here, and then kill you, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why giving the turret is good, but you shouldn't give the turret and stay bot. That doesn't make any sense. You know? Why do we have 2 people on bot side? If you're gonna give the turret, we should at least get tempo. Right? The tempo we get is by you going mid. If you go mid, you can push mid. Because why can't we push bot? So, it's not because we're weak 2v2. Why can't we push bot?
Well, like we're weak side at the moment.
Right, obviously. We're completely weak side with no vision. Right?
So
and we also don't see Wukong.
I'm a little hesitant to just back for some reason, because like what if they don't fully push it? I mean, they push it, but then they don't take the turret. So if I just go mid,
you can't farm the wave anyways. You're saying by like, what are you saying? That they don't kill the turret and they let the wave die, or what?
That they back pretty much, and I'm suspecting that they just backed. I don't know. But I guess maybe there's no way to tell.
You can't know. Yes.
Yeah.
So you would just go mid, and Orianna catches here if they kill the tower. If they don't kill the tower, Orianna can lane bot with TP up, and you guys can push mid and help Orianna get here or whatever. Right now the map is shit. Orianna can't even help you. She has no vision. Look at the map. That's why I was bringing up the smolder thing. Wukong pushes here, right? Now Wukong is missing. So Wukong can come bot too. Agree?
Yeah.
Wukong has lost 100%. His turret. Wukong loses nothing if he comes bot. That's why I'm saying there can be Wukong and Graves here. And if Orianna tries to help you guys, while you're standing here like NPCs, right?
Yeah.
How can she do that? She meets Wukong and she loses flash or dies with 400 gold shutdown. So you should just leave, help Melio place useful wards, and then you guys can lane mid, and then Orianna can catch on side safely. And then she has TP up if a fight happens top side where Rammus is. That is better. Okay, now we're doing another trash fight or what? Does Orianna have TP? Because if the psychopath Rammus is doing this, he always has the choice to ult away. Okay? You need to understand that. He can always ult away. You do not have that luxury. Okay? Look at minimap. They have Graves, Maokai, Senna, right? Graves shows on bot. Okay, so it's Maokai and Senna. So it's a 2v2. Doesn't necessarily have to be bad, but it's a 2v2 and it's away from your fed Orianna. So this is not the fight that will win you the game. You agree?
100%.
But it's the fight that could win enemy team the game again, right? Because they're the ones that's losing, no?
Yeah.
So if you're doing this, I don't want you to think, oh, I'm helping Rammus. He can always ult away and just leave. And what I'm scared of is that if you commit to fighting this and you go and you help him, right? Because you don't have Guinsu spike yet, so you don't deal that much damage to the Maokai, and Rammus doesn't really deal any damage, you know? And then you get CC'd on, you don't have cleanse, and then you just die. That's what I'm scared of.
And then you cancel, yeah.
So yeah, because if they CC you there and then you die, then it's not so good. And now you lose your ghost. And my problem with these random fights is just that it's so low value for you guys to win this fight, because you look your team, right? Berserker has like 2k gold right now and he's about to recall. And Melio is recalling. And enemy team is respawning. You have Guinsus in base. So you have 2 options. One, you can do this shit fight and then potentially lose your ghost, lose your flash, right? Worst case, die. Or 2, base for Guinsus, group up with ghost and flash up, and win the game. No? It's that simple, no? Is it not?
So
if now you just kill this, and you trust your Shaco to Q away, you trust your fucking Talon to jump the wall, right? You trust your Kha'Zix to eat the wall. Then you base and you get Guinsus, Ghost Flash, and you will win the game. No?
Yeah, 100%.
Instead, you come here. He doesn't want to ult away, because now he's thinking, oh, I can fight with Varus. It's literally what he's thinking. And I was like, sure, yes, you could play it better. Of course, you could have flashed the fucking Maokai Q, and then you could have Q'd this guy in the head and killed him. Correct?
Yep.
What does that do?
Get 300 gold. Yeah.
Okay, you get 300 gold. You have Gwynsus in base. Sure, getting gold as ADC is great, but at what cost?
Yeah.
Right? At what point is it no longer great? I don't think it's great here to get 300 gold. It doesn't do anything. You will have the same item in base. You'll get another dagger. It's useless. And then you are playing the next fight with no flash, no ghost. And the next fight is what's actually important. What you do in the next fight is what matters. Of course, if this guy has a lot of fucking gold and it's gonna make you strong, sure, right? If this guy's a massive shutdown, sure. If your team is on the map now, sure, of course. It's just useless to fight over this. Unless you're playing with the mindset that Orianna is gonna TP and win you the fight, but she's not. I want you, like, when you're just AFK like this, right? When you're just clearing this wave and sitting in a bush,
Yeah.
to really press tab and understand what's going on.
Okay.
Like, those, because you're pressing tab, but I don't know if you're thinking about what's actually going on. Like,
no, I'm not.
who is fed, who has what items, flashes, what's going on? Because what I mean by this is, your Orianna's fed as fuck, right?
Yeah.
If Orianna doesn't have Sonya's and doesn't have flash, she's very scared of the monkey, right?
Yeah.
So don't you think if you have flash up and you are not as fed, it is good if you make the monkey ult you? Since you can just get ulted and flash away? No?
Do pros and solo queue take like that too?
Of course, if they want to win. I mean, I buy Sonya's all the time if I need to bait a Vi ulti or something. Like, it's really common to make space for each other. Like, this Orianna is so fed. Right? And you have Emilio as well. And you should be thinking about that you have Emilio ulti. So you shouldn't necessarily flash all CC. Of course, some CC you might have to flash or something. Because if Emilio is bad, then you will die. Of course, you don't want your life to be in his hands. But I don't think you should be so scared of Wukong if Orianna is next to you. Like here, Wukong is half HP, for example. Look where you're standing. Look where Orianna is. Don't you think you're completely trolling? Orianna's taking this pink, right? Look. Orianna gives you control here. No? She's buying you space. Why are you not hitting the pink?
Yeah.
Do you really want your Orianna to stand here and hit the pink when she has no attack speed, nothing? Maokai fucking flash W's her and Wukong goes on her? Why is that better than you standing here getting hitting and then Wukong goes on you? And then you have Orianna ready to shield you, having ulti on you to peel you, Emilio here to ult you and E you. Why does Orianna have to do it? No?
You are correct.
Look where you are. The fuck are you scared of? Look, where's Senna?
But just chilling.
Why we can't take vision? Wukong is half HP. Why we can't take vision? You have full vision behind you. You know it's safe to kite here, and you have flash up, right? And Rammus is coming. I would just hit this pink ward. Like, this is fine. This is useless, what Maokai is doing. Now Drake is gone, and there's also no fight. Which is cringe. Also, look here. Look now. Watch. Look where Graves is. Look here. Where's Graves?
Below. Or
Okay.
Drag. Yeah.
He's here, right?
Yeah.
If you hit the pink and they go on you here, with Senna being here, Graves here, isn't that good? Ask yourself this question: what's your engage?
Like my ulti and Ori.
Okay.
Rammus. Yeah.
Okay. Why are we here if we're not gonna fight? If we're just gonna watch them take the dragon, why are we not pushing mid and pushing top? You guys are here because you're gonna fight, no?
Yeah.
You guys have Nash. Look when Drake is spawning. Drake isn't spawning yet. So you guys could now TP top lane with Ori and you push mid. Correct? And they would have to send people to defend. But you guys went here. Why?
Because we think we want to fight, probably.
Okay. So you want to fight? Do you want to fight? Look your clicks.
But I might. Okay.
The fuck, bro?
Like, should we still wait for Rammus though, or like?
But then there is no fight. Then Dragon is gone.
Okay, I see what you mean. Yeah.
If you need Rammus, that's why I said, what is your engage? If you need Rammus, if you think you can't walk up and hit the Wukong here, right? If you think you can't hit him because you're gonna die, which is just wrong, you're not gonna die. Because you have Orianna shield that gives you fucking armor and MR. You have Melio shield and ulti heal and fucking cleanse removal of the Maokai W and shit. And you have flash, right? This was 1 QW from Orianna, so you're not gonna die. But if you do die, right, and you think you need Rammus, then you shouldn't be here. Then you should be mid, hitting the turret. Your Orianna should be here. We should never be here if we're not gonna fight them, right?
Yeah.
Of course, you want to wait for Rammus. Of course, if you can wait for Rammus, you should. But you can't, and you also don't need to. Look what happened bot. Who is bot lane?
All three of them.
So shouldn't we have control over this side? How do they get this push if they are all bots and Senna is hitting the bot wave? Right?
Yeah.
Why aren't you running towards Wukong here? Why don't you make the Maokai want to W you? Right? It sounds crazy, but how do you die?
Yeah. Baiting is just such a... I mean, like, late game baiting is just such a...
Well, you mentioned
foreign concept.
You mentioned pro players. You have Berserker level 16 free items right behind you.
Yeah.
And you say you're willing to follow people's calls, but you're not willing to bait a fight for him to carry you here. You're standing here poking with on-hit Varus. And you're clicking here, making Orianna take the pink, when you could be here, right? And you could be walking up. And like I said, if you're not willing to walk up, it's 10 times worse to walk up here now, right?
Yeah.
Because now all of their other players are coming. That's why I'm saying you should try to make them go on you. Because if you're not willing to make them go on you earlier, then why are we even here? Now the only thing that can happen is Rammus can steal it. So now it would have been better that Orianna is here and you are here, right? Rammus can still steal it then. Rammus doesn't need you guys here for him to try to steal it. But you're not making a fight happen. And then now Orianna realizes that we should go mid. But we should have went mid from the start if we're not willing to look for a fight ourselves. That is why, when you come on mid here, you have to press tab and realize what's going on in the game, who has sums, who doesn't. Do I want to fight here? Because we're going to be down in numbers. So if you don't want to fight, that's really okay. But then we shouldn't just stare at them, no? When you're playing with Fresh, you should be really down to take even deeper waves. Like here when you get this wave, right? And he uses Lantern. On his next Lantern, you can take even deeper wave. And you can also tell what he's maxing from like the shield strength here, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
So yeah, he's probably maxing Q, this guy. But yeah, like here, if I'm you, I would already be standing on mid, ping into Lantern. Does that make sense? Because you see a lot on the map. Singed is fighting this guy, Fiddle shows here. Look, Warwick is here, Fiddle shows here, Singed is fighting Gragas. So what are you afraid of on this mid wave?
I guess just like Ashe ulti.
You have Fresh Lantern on top of you. Right? You can ping like, Fresh to Lantern you.
So you're saying
look where you're standing, bro. Like, you're not playing the game. Right? Like, you're not playing. No? Like, your teammates are giving you so much space and pressure, right?
Yeah.
You're not playing the game. Look. Your Hui is pushing up to their tier 2 turret. Your Xin Zhao is at their tier 2 turret here. Your Singed is fighting Gragas. And Fiddle is showing on bot. Here, you're doing good. Because what you're doing now It's making sure that if they fight your way and chases her or whatever, you come. Okay? Good. Now the top play is over. So now ideally you take the next mid wave. Ashe even showed, so you know where the arrow is coming from. And let's be real. If you get arrowed from the Ashe that's here, you're just bad, right? There's a ward here, and you have a fresh lantern. You have cleanse, worst case. You're even strong 2v2, and this guy's like troll building and they're weak as fuck, right? So, it makes no sense, no? To be this scared?
Yeah. I think Taco was experimenting or some shit. I don't know.
I really feel like you are not in the right mindset of like what your job is and what's possible. Like, here you push and you move. This is very good. It's good that you're not running down mid here. Like, this is good.
No, like you're definitely right. I think that's the main thing. I sometimes just don't know, even after playing this game for so long, like what I should be doing.
I mean, I'm sure you know that you win 1v1 versus Jhin.
Yeah, but I'm just so like, for some reason, I guess my
Fiddle has
biggest
to
thing
come
I
from
need
both
to do.
sides.
Yeah, I agree. I think the biggest thing I have to do is just recognize when I'm safe, if that makes sense, or when I can play around my team. And sometimes I just, you know, like I know I could win 1v1 against that Jhin, but I don't know why I feel like, okay, I could get arrowed or
Where's Fiddle?
sticks from below, bot side, or now I don't know. I guess.
Well, he should still be bot side, and I have vision here. This click scares me. You just sent me this VOD. I don't know what's about to happen. But I would not click in here now and have a fight here. When they're hugging bot side, Fresh is here, Wei is here. Cinch is dead. And you're gonna click in here now?
Oh,
You sure Fiddle is not gonna ult you?
how far deep do I walk in?
Well, why are we walking in? If I click forward now, and then this guy thinks, oh, I'm gonna go in because Warriors is here. And a Fiddle, fire!
I might have clicked back after.
Nope.
Maybe.
Nope. You guys are trolling.
Oh shit.
You will get aced by Fiddle. Here we go. Crow, 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 crow. You are lucky. You are lucky. How did you know Fiddle wasn't there? You have hacks? Map hacks? Because look, your minimap, you don't know shit. Look, all you know is that Fiddle, who by the way has 2 items, is here. That's all that you know. And I told you this with the Rammus thing. You are enabling people when you click forward and you ping them and stuff and you are like following. You enable their shit play. No?
Yeah.
You are telling Xin fuck yeah, let's fight them. Look, here you see Fiddle here, right? And then now? Do you see Fiddle?
No, I don't.
No.
Actually,
So why he cannot run to this fight? Why Fiddle can't be here right now? And then walk here.
he definitely can.
So why do I not catch top wave? And move away from Fiddle? Because if I look at this fight here, for example, too, I feel like you also don't understand. Like, what's scary? Look here. Should I be clicking to my turret on this Warwick? Or should I be clicking upwards?
I could click upwards too. Fiddle's it's gonna die.
I should click upwards, always. You're clicking into your tower. This Warwick is full tank and uses ulti. It is safer to click into enemy team here. You know? Does that make sense? You also see Gragas on mid. Look, you see Gragas on mid. So if Gragas is joining this fight, and he is not showing on this Fiddle ult, where is he coming from?
And below probably.
Then he has to come from here, because if Gragas is not here, it means that he had to try to go here, right?
Yeah.
So if Gragas is walking to this and realizes there's a fight, he's coming from bot side. So 2 reasons kiting Warwick down is bad. 1, I'm kiting into Gragas. Right? Here, you kiting into tower makes sense. But then now, at this point, you should recognize he's fucking useless, right? The Warwick?
Yeah.
So if I kite upwards here into this bush, am I not making it harder for Warwick to escape as well?